All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for tuning into ABC 10 Plus. ABC 10 meteorologist Brendan Minchev here with a live weather update. And we're taking a look at some of the Caltrans cameras right now because while this storm is not as significant as the storm that we had at the end of last week and continued into Saturday morning, we are still getting a decent amount of snow out of this. So I-80 at Donner, I-80 at Kingvale. The roads are actually not so bad up on Interstate 80. It is wet, but they're not snow-packed. US 50 at Echo Summit and Twin Bridges. There has been more snow on the road for most of the morning. Now that we're into the afternoon, it's been a little more well-traveled. It's just very slow going. It is wet up there on 50. US 50 is a little bit closer to the center of the atmospheric river that's making its way through central California, which is why we're seeing a little bit more snow on 50 than we are I-80. Let's take a look at the last 24 hours on radar, and you'll see that rain and snow move in. The bulk of it happened, we'll watch it again here, the bulk of it happened while we were asleep and just waking up on Monday morning. But unlike the previous storm, which kind of moved from north to south, this one is moving from south to north. So it's all kind of coming out of a different direction, which is also why Interstate 80, US 50 is seeing more snow than Interstate 80 has seen for most of today. Radar and satellite right now shows that we do have some light scattered showers across the valley. As has been the case now for the last roughly 3 or 4 hours, the majority of the rain, the lightest rain, has been down near Stockton, Modesto, and it's just been very scattered up from Sacramento to the north. But again, the center of that atmospheric river is a little further to the south this time, which is why we're seeing some of that heaviest, whatever's what heavy, it's not real heavy out there, but the heaviest on the map is down in the San Joaquin Valley. Same story with snow in the high country. So the heaviest snowfall and the highest snowfall totals are even going to be south of US 50 by the time this is all said and done. Those ABC 10 weather impact headlines: light valley rain for most of today. It's very scattered. It's not raining all day, but there are periods of rain out there. Moderate to heavy Sierra snow at times. This will actually continue through the evening and overnight hours. Will dry out though, and by the time we get to Thanksgiving, we'll be starting off in the 30s for the holiday, but it will be dry. That is the good news. We'll talk a lot more about Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving travel towards the end of the video. Right now, we're immediately talking about the rain and the snow. Again, it is very scattered through the afternoon in terms of rain. Nothing that's particularly heavy. Remember last Friday, we saw 2 inches of rain in that midnight to midnight 24-hour span. It's just not the case with this storm today. Just very light, less than ½ an inch of rain. In fact, less than ¼ inch of rain possible for some parts of the Sacramento Valley. Snow does continue, though, through the evening hours, and we will get a round of some slightly heavier rain and snow just after sunset, and then some more moisture builds in as we go deeper into the evening. Again, continuing to snow in the high country, even though things are going to kind of wind down in the valley through the evening and overnight. That is not the case for the Sierra. You still see all the blue that's up there through Tuesday morning. Now, we could see some light showers moving through the valley once again for the morning commute, but that is going to be the end of round 2 for us, I do expect, in the valley. Snow will linger into the afternoon hours on Tuesday in the Sierra, but by Tuesday evening, it's all wrapping up, and we're even going to be clearing out in the valley again after sunset on Tuesday. The center of that atmospheric river is in central to southern California. It does scoot a little bit further to north. It kind of bends a little bit, which is going to keep that rain and snow headed into the southern Sierra, but it does start to weaken headed into Tuesday, Wednesday. So this is not as long of a duration of a storm. It's not as strong of a storm either, and it is further south of the capital region, which is why places like Modesto are likely going to see more rain than somewhere like Sacramento. And the highest snowfall totals are going to be basically from Yosemite to the south. Just recapping this, what we just talked about on a timeline today: scattered valley showers, that Sierra snow. Snow levels roughly 5,500 to 6,500 feet. By tomorrow, just the showers in the morning, and then we're dry in the valley. But Sierra snow showers do continue all day on Tuesday. That snow level 5,000 to 6,000 feet. Wednesday, we're clearing out, expecting sunny to mostly sunny skies. Thursday, very similar, except I expect clear skies just about all day long. And again, it is going to be cold to start Thanksgiving, near 35 degrees in the valley, and a clear and cool afternoon with highs on Thursday only in the middle 50s. So some of that longer range futurecast here, what you're going to see is that we're actually going to move into a drier pattern. Once we clear out on Tuesday, Wednesday looks sunny, maybe a few clouds out there. That'll be about it. By Thursday, very similar story. Maybe a few clouds down near Modesto. The rest of us are looking clear for the holiday. So clear and dry. That's also why we're going to be colder in the mornings. Friday, some clouds in the San Joaquin Valley, but we continue to be dry across the region. So this is it. We're almost to the end here of the rain and snow before we enter this drier pattern that carries us into December. By the time the snow winds down Wednesday morning, we're looking about another 6 inches across the passes. You do see the heavier snow down towards Yosemite, where we could see well over a foot, but across the passes, just about 6 inches or so. At the ski resorts, we could see closer to a foot once you get to about 8,000 feet in elevation, like really where the lifts are, where you're actually skiing. That's where we're going to see the best snow totals out of the storm. So let's jump ahead a little bit. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. This is Thursday morning forecast low temperatures. I mean, look at this. Elk Grove 33, 35 Sacramento, 33 in Fairfield, 35 Stockton and Manteca, 37 Modesto, low teens up in the Sierra to start Thanksgiving. In the afternoon, still chilly. You're probably going to want that jacket. At least it'll be sunny. Highs in the middle 50s across the valley, middle 50s in the foothills, middle 40s up in the Sierra for the holiday on Thursday. Maybe you're traveling elsewhere across the state. We're going to be looking at highs in the 60s across much of Southern California. Once you work your way into the deserts, some middle 70s. So warmer as you go south, but Northern California is definitely chilly. You're going to want to keep that jacket with you for Thanksgiving. And certainly if you're traveling outside of California, bring the jacket with you, because it is going to be cold. Look at this, 38 in Denver, 25 in Billings, just 13 degrees in Bismarck, North Dakota for Thanksgiving, 26 Minneapolis, 36 in Chicago, 40s and some low 50s in New England and the Mid-Atlantic. Even still some 40s to low 60s through parts of North Carolina, northern Georgia, parts of the Gulf Coast. You see that line. You see that strong front that's going to be there. West Texas, 53 degrees, 64, capital city there in Austin, 54 in Dallas. So, yeah, cold for Thanksgiving. The only place that's warm, parts of Georgia, and, of course, the Sunshine State of Florida in those middle 80s. Now, Futurecast elsewhere across the country, you see the rain and some of the snow in the Sierra Tuesday and lingering into Wednesday for California. But you also see snow across Utah and Nevada into the western slope of the Rockies. So if you're traveling Interstate 80, you're going to see some snow on the roads through the first half of the week. By Wednesday, we're looking at snow in Denver. We know Denver's a big connecting hub for flights here in Sacramento to elsewhere, right? So a lot of times you'll be flying to Denver and then you'll be flying to your destination from there. So just check with your flights if you are connecting through Denver on Wednesday. Shouldn't be a lot of snow, just a few inches, but it could be enough to disrupt travel a little bit there. On the holiday proper on Thursday, dry on the West Coast, maybe some snow up in parts of northern Michigan, parts of northern Minnesota, some rain across parts of the Southeast. Shouldn't be real disruptive if you are traveling on Thursday. Just something to keep in mind. And then we could see some snow up across parts of New England and the Mid-Atlantic for Friday, as well as the northern Rockies on Friday as well. Saturday, kind of a similar story. Most of us are dry, maybe a little snow across parts of the southern central Great Plains. Snow continues up into New England. So that's kind of a look around the country as we come up on the holiday. Back here at home, weather impact alert for today and the first half of tomorrow, because once we get to tomorrow afternoon, I do expect that we will be dry in the valley. For the Sierra, that weather impact alert continues through Tuesday because it'll take longer for that snow to wrap up. But by the time we get to the holiday, we are looking at temperatures in the middle 50s and dry and sunny for the rest of the month and into the start of December. I'll be back at 3 o'clock on ABC 10 Plus for another weather update.